Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Call to Arms, Gates of Hell, Ostfront. The beta exclusive look continues. For those of you enjoying the beta that is public, I hope you continue to play more of Gates of Hell, preparing for the full single player and the multiplayer coming soon. But of course, the developers have given us a very nice early copy, and today we take our first look at the Soviet dynamic campaign. Previously on the channel, we took a look at the German campaign, dynamic campaign, and also the German and Soviet campaigns that are available under single player. So if you want to see those, make sure you jump back and check the playlist for those. We'll start ourselves a new conquest dynamic campaign for the Soviet Union and take our first look at Soviet units here today. If you want to see more of this, make sure you click tab below up and destroy that like button, and of course subscribe if you're new here. Thanks again for all your continued support as we rocket towards the 1 million subscribers. And let's go ahead and start ourselves a new conquest here today. We'll start with, I guess we'll just go ahead and call this the Motherland campaign, as today we'll be defending and reclaiming the motherland from the German invaders. So let's go ahead and call this one campaign. There we are. Now, at the moment, we can only play as two factions, but the developers have also told me in the meantime that there'll be more than just two factions in the future. It'll be more than just Germany and USSR. There could be other nations involved and also other subsections of different types of divisions. Interestingly enough, when you play multiplayer, similar to the dynamic campaign, you can choose mid and late war in your multiplayer settings, and then you can also choose doctrines within that faction. So, for example, if you were late war Germany, you may be more defensive, or if you're early war Soviet Union, you might have more infantry units, for example. So today, for these purposes, we're going to go ahead and go down the middle, as we did previously with the German campaign. We'll just play things on normal so we can see the most amount of the campaign in the shortest amount of time. Looks like we start with a few reinforcements here, and it's day one. So this essentially is like a dynamic campaign that takes place kind of like, think of it as Hearts of Iron with kind of a smaller map, or maybe more specifically, perhaps it would be better to equate it to Steel Division. So if you've ever played Steel Division 2 before, it's kind of like you play a section of the war. This kind of taking place during and around Operation Typhoon, but of course you can have the war last for as long as you want with all the different settings, so that's pretty cool. So the things that we learned in the German campaign, we can try to take over to the Soviet campaign. You can see all the units here that the Soviets get to use. And, of course, we get, access to the KV-2 if we want, as well as KV-1, too. I'm going to grab a couple of these things. And one thing that I've learned, too, is that it does work similar to previous Men of Wars, but, again, more similar to Steel Division, where units can be called out in large chunks based on how much time has passed and how many, I think, points of some sort that you've unlocked. Man, the Soviets have a lot of little light tanks to choose from. I don't know exactly when our operation's taking place here, but I see that we have a 1942 KV-1S, so that might be a little bit more revealing as to what time frame we're looking at. Well, let's go ahead and try to see if we can start with maybe a KV-1 on Tier 1. Oh, I made a KV-2. That would be a great meme unit to bring in. Let's give that a shot, and we'll call in some Soviet artillery to get us started. Infantry, rather. Then maybe we'll get some artillery a little bit later. Let's go ahead and just go with some sort of, any sort of Soviet unit of infantry would be good. I don't really see anything interesting here aside from just grenadier riflemen, but these are kind of grenade launchers on a rifle. We have blackjackets here, which essentially are like the Marines, to put it bluntly. Let's go ahead and go with the 35 unit. So we only have 35 points MP at the start of the battle. That's going to really limit the amount of troops that we can call in. It's basically going to be like a KV-2 with partisans. So I think later on we can call in different units like this. This will probably be too much for the start. You can see we can only go for the remaining points. But if we can call in different tiers in the future later in the war, or later in our campaign, that'll be pretty good. Now, what you can see here on the battle is going to be, let's see it, Veliki Luki. And I don't know if we can actually see what the map looks like there. I think if we go into select campaign, we can actually take a look at it. Yeah. So we're fighting, interestingly enough, west to east. Kind of strange to see it that way. I would assume we should be fighting from east to west, pushing the Germans out of the homeland, but perhaps we're encircling them. Maybe we came up below them and now we're closing a pocket or something like that. So that's kind of the objectives that we got to do. So similar to the German campaign, but all different types of units to use. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this KV-2, and we're going to throw that back into the, I'm going to try to dismiss that. There we go. We're going to go mostly with infantry, I think would be better for the Soviets. If we try these, it'll be a 32, and then maybe we can get a machine gun. Ooh, a 75 millimeter. That's only 10 points there, so that's 42 out of 50. So if we can get something else. Ooh, here we go. Field engineer. A medic might be good. 42 out of 50. This will bring us up to 48. There's probably nothing we can call out that's going to be a few extra points. So let's just go ahead and start this campaign and see how it goes. We'll resupply everyone. And of course, based on what areas we capture on the map, that'll give us different points. for different things. So reinforcement points, ammunition points, etc., etc. And of course, this whole campaign is played out in single player, but I don't know if there actually will be multiplayer. I'd love to see this in multiplayer. Of course, the game will have multiplayer co-op campaign. So for the Soviet and the German campaigns that are scripted, then you can play that with a friend or multiple friends in order to defend or attack. And in this, it would be fantastic to see if multiplayer had its full campaign too. I'm still learning a lot about this game. I've had it for a couple of weeks now, and I'm still unlocking all the secrets by just trial and error, looking around, trying different things, playing the campaign, which is fantastic. So it's all good. Very good indeed. All right, well, let the battle begin. With our elite Soviet infantry, we have a few bonuses, such as them diving when an enemy throws a grenade. They have a higher ability to avoid dying in those types of situations. Looks like we have a winter map here. Okay, we'll go ahead and proceed to capture the 2 positions then for the Germans that they should be holding. This looks familiar. I think we've captured this before in the German campaign, so I guess I'm a little familiar with it, but every battlefield kind of blends together with railroad tracks and tree lines and roads and areas that are open and closed. We'll send up the Black Jackets now, these Marines basically, in order to try to capture some positions. Very good weapons on them and very good skill with them too. You see in the lower left corner next to their portrait, below them is their weapon, in this case a rifleman with an SVT 40, I believe anyway. And inside there is a 10-round magazine. You can see his proficiency with it is 5 stars. And if they happen to capture enemy equipment, such as an MG42 or possibly like an enemy sniper rifle, they won't be as good as a sniper, but they'll be better than a regular rifleman in performing multiple roles with captured equipment. Look at how these troops run back and forth like that. That's really cool. They actually kind of stagger a little bit, which makes them look like they're running across uneven or possibly rocky terrain. Okay, well, here's the first position here that's going to be defended by the Germans. And one thing I forgot to mention on the main overview menu or map or whatnot, it is different on what we can attack. We don't just randomly choose positions to attack for no reason. Some of them give you better resupply, some of them give you research, which will help to unlock additional units for your other attack types or different types of play styles you'd like to do. For example, tanks or mortars or artillery or flamethrowers, whatever you want to use. That'll be how you unlock that. And of course, if you take losses during these campaigns, it can always be replaced. You'll just need to make sure that you keep your more valuable troops alive. For example, a Tiger tank crew that gets wiped out, not only do you lose the vehicle, but if they've been through a few battles, then you lose, of course, the experience for that crew. This 25mm is going to be really effective here, yeah, because the Germans like to take cover behind all these positions here, as you would imagine. Wow, that's a lot of fire. MG42, MG34 probably firing at us, but we're firing back with our DP-27s and 29s. We'll bring up our autocannon here that should shred the enemy position. It does have armor-piercing rounds on it that should get through any sort of enemy positions, such as the one with the sandbags or perhaps a rocky area or something with stone. We're going to get these 2 back right away. See if we can get them healed up while the other ones provide fire. Medics can't do anything for these troops. They can only help them if they are bleeding out, basically, or revive. And did I see... Wait, what was that German unit? Are they... Wait a minute. Oh, I thought I saw an enemy unit down. Okay. Alright, let's push up there. We'll get our first couple of kills. We got to go slow. The enemy could have tanks, and the longer we take, the worse it's going to be for us, so we really got to push. They have a lot of defenses, and if we come up against like a Panzer III, it could all be over for us. We might be able to take out a Panzer II, no problem, but a Panzer III might be a different story. We're going to get this anti-aircraft gun up here, essentially like a Dishka, which, of course, is not as great as a autocannon anti-aircraft gun such as this. However, that in this game currently is not... It is a 7.62 weapon in the game, though it should not be in real life. So that's something they'll have to update. So if we use equipment that's different, it's based on whether or not it's set up correctly or whatnot. Oh, that is risky firing over our own troops, but I got to do it. There's too many troops in the open. Wow, let's get our troops to crawl back a little bit. We'll switch out. Trying to preserve our men, but also keeping the pressure on the Germans. Looks like we're killing... we're killing mountain troops here. I believe is what these units are for more mountainous terrain. There we go. The enemy will also... Ooh, Blau Division. Nice. They also use convicts and such. Both sides will use prisoners and captured vehicles in this game, too. So you may find people who've either been recruited against their own will or lesser units. Hopefully in the future, like I mentioned before, like, it'd be really cool to see other units like Italian or Romanian, Hungarian units, partisan units that are just mixed of all sorts of different forces would be really cool to see in this game. And to see them use some, like, captured German equipment or something, like Steel Division. Again, I keep going back to that, but that's the first game that really had balls to do that. Oh, convict. All right, so we are fighting enemy, basically, prisoners. All right, let's go ahead and push that anti-aircraft gun up. All right, we're going to have to lob a couple grenades. The amount of Germans we killed, ridiculous how many troops are there. That's ridiculous. They've really held that position well. I cannot believe we've taken a loss, but we're probably about to. Definitely a good idea to get a grenade going. Second thought, I wish I would have brought a mortar instead. One round behind that sandbag wall, and the Germans would have had a bad day. This guy's got to be a... Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, we're going to have to keep them pinned down. Can we throw a grenade that far? One of the things I've noticed about grenade throwing in this game, too, is that sometimes when you cook a grenade, when you let go of it, it's a glitch at the moment, I think, but sometimes the troops will... like right now, I'm cooking the grenade, but when you let go of it, then he finally, pulls the pin on it. So yeah, throwing a grenade is really risky. So it's hard to cook a grenade. So once you have thrown the grenade, he pulls the pin on it, then throws it. And there's a whole animation on that. So that's going to have to change. Obviously, you first do that, then you count to 1, 2, or 3 or whatever, and then throw the grenade. Well, at least this gun's keeping him suppressed. Machine gun hasn't done much shooting yet, but we'll get up on that soon. We'll have the troop with the PPSH move up there. Okay, let's get a couple grenades over the top. Another grenade here. These troops are very elite, too, and much more skilled than the enemy troops, so they have the ability to dodge grenades. They have the ability to throw more grenades, and I think they might actually throw further, perhaps. We'll have to see, but I think this could be the first position from the enemy captured now, if we see it go down. Oh, yes, indeed. Ooh, did they throw a grenade back at us? Or was that one of our grenades? It's hard to tell at this point. Okay, well, we're capturing. No losses. Holy crap. That's impossible. I thought we were at least going to take a few losses there. But again, losses can be easily replenished back on that main menu. It's cool because you want to... The playstyle in this is different than it would be in multiplayer or in a mission because you're not worried about completing the mission or winning just that battle. You're worried about 3 battles from now when you got to keep somebody alive. I hear a vehicle. One important thing in this game, too, is that after playing it for a while, you'll know that... Oh, that sounds like wheels over wood. Yep, exactly. So by listening, you can kind of tell what vehicle it is and where. So now we have an armored car coming to us. We're going to load AP rounds. Get that loaded right away. We might be able to take out that armored car. Nice. It's actually down. We can capture that and maybe possibly use that in our next campaign. So, yeah, did you hear the rubber tires on the wood like that as it was coming across the bridge? Also, it didn't sound like a larger engine, so a skilled player in Men of War Assault Squad could listen to the difference between like a Detroit diesel from an American Sherman tank or armored vehicle of some sort and tell the difference between like a T-34, a Tiger tank. You'll get skilled that way enough by playing these games like that, where it actually does matter. You'll be able to listen and tell what it could be. Looks like we can capture it. I don't know if there's any benefit at the moment to capturing these vehicles. Or if they get a paint job, but that would be a real cool thing to capture and actually have on our side. Luckily, the Germans don't have like a Panzer IV or 3. We would have been dead by now. That 25mm is good, but not going to be able to penetrate something like that. Well, let's go ahead and set up a position here. The village seems like the Germans dug in on the other side of a fence. Oh, and I see somebody running into that house. Okay, we're going to set up some defenses before we attack this. This is going to be... previously, when I played... Oh, damn. Previously, as we played with the Germans... What is that? Oh, I think I know what that is. That's that damn Lee gun on top of a... It's basically like an artillery tractor. Hold on. Oh, no, it's a Panzer I. Oh, this could be dead. Beautiful. Alright, Panzerjäger is down. Damn, we got lucky on that one. Wow, it sounded to me like a little motorcycle or something, and I certainly was right that it was something small. Alright, we got lucky on that. Damn, what a good call. We got lucky with this. Again, if they brought Panzer IIIs or 4s, we would more certainly than not be dead, unless we captured some sort of a enemy AT gun or something. Again, unlikely that would have happened, but... Okay, well now we've got a Panzerjäger down. We'll go ahead and have our rifleman and our machine gunner and our PPSH gunner move up. We'll definitely call up that AA gun. Also, down here you can see how well this gun has done. It has 17 infantry kills indicated by the helmet and 2 vehicle kills based on the light armored car and the Panzer Jaeger 1 that was just destroyed. What a hell of a piece of technology that is. What a beastly little gun that is. All right, what we're going to try to do here is I'm going to dig in for our last attack. And what I'm going to do is try to create Operation Come At Me, Bro. Is basically what we're going to do. Oh, never mind. Forget that. Hold on. MG firing at us. Well, I was hoping that the Germans would want to... wow, the fact that that fence isn't dead is incredible. Oh. Well, again, incomplete game, so it should have blown that fence out of the way. Oh, and now our armored car is up. All right, well, let's get a couple of friends into that vehicle there. The Soviets now climbing into that captured 221. Damn good sounds, damn good sounds. This is essentially just an MG-34 on wheels. Sounds like a damn lawnmower. But now we get it, and the Germans don't. Okay. Well, now we'll go ahead and harass them with the armored car. We'll keep the medics back, just in case. We'll let the machine gunners go up. I'll try for yet another attempt to try to dig in. I was basically trying to get the enemy to come to me by shooting at them from the hill with the autocannon. The fence won't remove. I was trying to delete the fence so that way we could then delete the defenses behind it. From the fences to the defenses is basically what I was trying to do. All right, we'll take the bank there, and we'll try to crawl across the bridge. And we'll keep this position locked down. And we'll let the Soviets crawl a little closer. We'll try to lob grenades over to the fence and see what we can do. This guy's going to dig a trench for the machine gunner there, and the other riflemen and such will close in. The Germans are essentially finished. It's just a few prisoners, I guess. Or are these those... Oh, actually, they're quite... oh, they're Brandenburger. I think the game tries to make these SS troops. Without trying to be offensive, they call them Brandenburger, I believe. Steel Division's a game that doesn't mess around with that. And this game's pretty close to it as well, though if you're trying to get sales in 2021, you've got to kind of change things a little bit. Somebody's trying to throw us a grenade. No thank you. Although they are hiding behind these ditches and stuff. That's kind of neat. Okay, we've got somebody close. We can get a grenade into that trench there. Now, again, watch how he throws this grenade. Oh, get wrecked, son. You see that guy coming between the fence? Okay, let's see how this guy throws a grenade. So, without cooking... Oh, it's good enough. Oh, wow. Get wrecked. Okay, I would have liked to have cooked that for at least well, half a second. 1.5 seconds, that is. Second grenade out. And second enemy soldier down. Or at least second wave of enemy troops down. Perfect. Okay, well, we could sneak in here and shoot between the fences, but we've got troops everywhere. I'm just going to let the machine guns do the heavy work. The enemy's pinned down. Why risk our troops? We haven't lost anybody so far. These troops are quite capable of surviving, too. It is kind of random whether or not somebody gets shot with a rifle, whether or not they bleed out, and you can rescue them with the medic, or if they're just ripped and GG'd. I don't know if the game takes into account a headshot versus a... I think it might be based on the power of the weapon. Well, seemingly we're about to find out. Yeah, let's go ahead and get another grenade out. This guy's going to throw a grenade too. No, thank you. Oh, look at the troops run. How they, like, lean back and forth. It's really close to, like, a first-person shooter. That's pretty damn good. I never noticed that before. After all this time playing, I'm starting to notice these things. Yeah, let's go ahead and have this guy kind of peek through the fence. If he can. There's a bit... Yeah, there's a little thing in the way, so... We'll have these two cover. We got a rifleman covering the road. We got somebody covering the courtyard. And we got someone else in the back of the house. Machine gunners are defending the gun. And the flank here. Germans losing an armored car, a AT weapon, the Panzer Jaeger, and some pretty good troops inside this position. If it were another player, they would have definitely spread out. This would have been a hell of a slog. The enemy would have really, really dug in and probably posed a much bigger threat than they did, minus the vehicles even. The vehicles were kind of a waste, to be honest, but at least the armored car could have done something against us, except for the autocannon was quite a good remedy to that problem. We'll go ahead and close in again. Looks like the enemy is not going to be sending in reinforcements. 2 machine guns here. The armored car and the soldier up top on the ridge. Little bank of the river, not bad. I'm going to send these guys in to see if we can somehow capture faster. They can also hand out bandages too, which is kind of cool. Oh wait, what is this? Tent building kit. Ooh, I've never done this before. This medic rally point. Let's see how this works. I've not seen this before in this game, so this will be my first look at this. Does this help them to basically heal up if they go to this position without having to use bandages? Let's try this out. We'll get all the supplies and stuff back from this. Hopefully we don't capture it too quickly. This battle's already over, but I'm assuming what could happen is if the if Allied troops who are wounded come here, like this guy, for example, at 298 out of 363, if he comes here, he might be able to heal without using a bandage and could possibly use it to defend the position. We were against 2 AI players, Defender AI and Average AI. What the hell? Okay. Right, well, let's continue on. Well, 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 would you look at that? We now have ourselves a armored car. Full disclosure, I needed to restart once due to a graphical glitch, so the map that we chose was a little different than the other one that we would have ended up with, but I think both of them would have been farming areas, and that's going to be a lot of these battles, is either open farm area or factory, like, you know, deep in the heart of the Soviet Union, that type of thing. Armored car was a real good call out for the start there, and I want to move on now and get some other units. We can call back the Black Jackets as our elite units here, and we can try some other stuff. Apparently we have the armored car that has been captured and repainted by the Soviets, so that's awesome. Though it has the still has the wrong logo on it, but I mean, you know, now that we can actually capture enemy vehicles, that is huge. You can make your army off captured equipment rather than you know, off of your own. Let's try to do a tank now, though. There's probably not much we can call out for too many points. T-40s. I want something small. We have a T-34-76 here. That's actually not bad. That'd be good against any sort of German armor that we might encounter. We also need to get rid of possibly the medic there and possibly go with these troops. No, doesn't look like it. Is there a way to sort by infantry? There is a research method, though, so we can actually start researching light infantry, heavy infantry. It looks like anything that's locked here. So call in stage 2. So now that we've unlocked that, 1 out of 9, let's go ahead and, well, now that we have, actually, let's call it in multiple stages. I definitely want to select that, and we'll unlock that stuff. So now we can call in multiple waves, which is way more effective and allows us to spend way more points. Really, the only thing I'd want to unlock here probably would be the, actually nothing, unless there's a better tank. Maybe defensive infantry. But anyway, let's jump back in. So now we have second and third waves, so we can start with like actually let's start with the Black Jackets and the tank if we can. We cannot, so we'll try a different group. We could try, let's see, Soviet. What is this, ammo group? So these guys will actually bring in an ammo box. That's cool. Could bring in a mortar. Let's actually try that. Let's call in a mortar and the Black Jackets to start with. So we're at to 46. I don't think the medics. No, we won't have enough points for round 1, but round 2. So Black Jackets and the mortar on round 1. Round 2. Or call out wave 2. Now this is where the real strategic planning comes in, is what do you think the enemy's going to call out next? So we might encounter a tank, and we probably want some more infantry, so if we can, we'll call in another group of Black Jackets for reinforcement. And then the enemy, as we've been seeing, is really digging in often. Let's call in yet another mortar, and we'll go ahead and put that into our group. Then we got about over 25 points to spend, so we could go for yet another infantry group. So at this point, we could go for, let's see, or actually maybe another tank if we wanted to. I would rather go for the infantry, though. There's this 30, a lot of these are placeholders, so keep in mind, a lot of these you can recognize by just simply looking at them. Others, you kind of have to be like, wait a minute, what is the AT miner come with? And then you click on it, and you can see that it's a group of 3 soldiers that can plant AT mines. Makes sense, right? Okay. AT detachment. I really want some other troops here. If we could put those into our reinforcements, let's go to our research tree and see if we can put in light infantry. Oh, looks like we actually have to spend points on these guys. I didn't realize they were actually... are these guys unlocked? It glue for just a moment. But anyway, a lot of things to uncover or whatnot over time, but we'll go with that. And let's see if anything else is unlocked for us. Otherwise, we'll go with the... we'll probably end up going with partisans then, partisan reinforcements, and try to capture some other positions with those guys. And we can actually call in quite a few of them, so we can almost throw them away. Yes, yes, indeed. We'll play the game that way, as well as a autocannon. And then stage 3, we're just going to go crazy with... can we call in some more tanks? We can call in just a few more tanks, and that'll be just fine. Let's see. Units recruited in this stage. Oh, how come it disappeared? 1... Oh, I see. We can only call out one per stage. Okay, so we'd have to buy another one if we wanted it. And then we'll do another, maybe another 25 millimeter. Actually, let's do the black jackets, and we'll call that good with medics, actually. I'm kind of running out of points. Yeah, as you can see, we can't really do all the resupply that we want to. So we'll try to resupply all. And this will be good enough. I don't think we're going to end up using all these. So let's go to another position now. We'll attack down. I think, is that the only area we can attack? Okay, it looks like that's the only destination now. Let's confirm that, and we'll start our battle. We'll go to phase 1. Whoa, whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, hold on. Good thing we caught that. It seems like the black jackets can only come out on phase 2 then. Let's go ahead and call them on on phase 1. Phase 2 will be partisans with a BM. Let's see if we can call in another group. It doesn't look like we can call in any more. We'll need more points for that. Okay, this is a little more complicated than I thought it would be, especially with the recruitment points that we need of 310. So we've called in a lot of what we could already. You know what I'm going to do is just call in the armored car at the start here. Oh, we can't. All right, armored car in phase 2 then. We'll get as close to phase 2 as we can. Let's go ahead and screw the tank in phase 2 then and see if we can get it in phase 2, and we'll see if we can also add some more black jackets. Until we have more troops, this will be a little uneven until we've got our army sorted with more additional upgrades. So this is just not even our full, this is not even a glimpse of our full power. Okay, this appears to be more of an industrial setting. I think we've seen this map before. Yeah, this is one I've seen previously. Wait, we can call in different phases at the start? Hold on. We should, oh, well, we only start with 50 AP, so we'll call in the first group then, which should be our armored car with our troops, and or a mortar with our troops. There we go. Actually, that's a very good start. That's what we want the most. Looks like we actually are defending too, so the Soviets are going to need to defend a position where the Germans... Oh, I see. If you're defending, you get a few troops to start with, so the enemy doesn't ambush you on your way to your defense, and also so that way it's a little more difficult for the attacker. It could be more difficult for them. I thought we were attacking again, but I'll have to learn more as we go on. So we'll be attacking, defending many of these positions. For example, Kharkov, taken, defended, taken again. And we'll try to keep our troops alive and let the AI's troops die more than ours. And that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, to be honest. We'll go ahead and see if we can spread out around here and wait for the enemy to hopefully attack the first position. Wow, KV-1 out on the road. Cool. We'll put the mortar in this crater here and see if we can spread out our troops to defend them. There we go. Ooh, we want to call one of these troops out at a time. All right, we'll wait for the enemy to attack, so we're on defense. See how that is. This will be my first time defending, actually, which is why I was so confused. What? We actually defend? But yes, we do. Oh, wow. Friendly force is actually getting a damn flamethrower. I thought it was just going to be a bunch of noobs with rifles who were going to die in 3 seconds. Well, damn. Whoa. I'm going to pull out of this battle then. I'm not needed here. I'm clearly needed elsewhere. Whoa. Yeah, I just flamed an entire squad. Damn. Okay, Soviets OP. Never even see. I think I actually have seen that before from the Germans defending too. But flamethrower defense, probably not a great idea. A little better for an offensive force, but I guess this works. Okay, let's go ahead and keep moving. Alright, our biggest threat is going to be any sort of armor. If we hear a vehicle, we're going to have to be very cautious. We've got 36 AP, 32 to call in now. Our next wave of vehicles. So let's call that in. Should be our armored car and stuff. Wait, oh, I thought we got a German tank. I was like very confused. Yeah, so this time around, playing this on a second playthrough, I'm actually kind of more confused for the Soviets because they've just got so much more stuff. That seems a little different, but it's very good. This does feel like fighting in Stalingrad, by the way, although I don't think we're there. We have our mortar firing off. We want to put them into the trench. We'll have to get a little accustomed to how the game has played out. I hear some intense fire. Sounds like a vehicle exploded. Regardless, I don't think we really even needed me to know what I was doing. Every day is a learning experience, and this one is a lesson learned on underestimating the AI. Fighting the Germans was pretty easy previously, but perhaps in the future they'll get some better equipment as we deal with the rear, or rather the main guard troops, rather than some rear echelon troops that were kind of undefended or really defenseless. Looking around here for anything that really moves. I think we've just got to defend for... I don't even know how this works, too, for the capturing. I've tried to see if the numbers will move, or to see if there's a way to, you know, calculate a countdown timer for victory, or how many points we were capturing per minute or something, and I don't see it yet, so... but it's going to be cool to be the Soviets with different types of partisans working together with Black Jackets or whomever might be the force that we're defending with. It'd be kind of cool if it were random, too, based on what area you were... You know, if you had to, at the beginning of the battle, if you had to place out your troops, it'd be interesting to see it in that method, where it's like, okay, here's the points you have to defend. Where do you think the enemy will attack? Put your best units there, and everywhere else is going to kind of suffer. But that'd be cool for, like, another... maybe grand strategy dynamic campaign, though. This is good so far. This is definitely everything that I've been wanting. Okay, let's go ahead and try to put a machine gunner up here. A good spot for him. Really interesting to see these defensive positions. These are going to be hard to fight for. Unless the enemy brings a flamethrower and happens to sneak up on us. Well, we need 68 points now to call out that T-34. We've got plenty of infantry. Germans embarrassingly lost all their units with one burst of the flamethrower and a couple shots. Everybody. Oh, there's the fire I was hearing. Now, if you're wondering... Okay, that was quick. Holy crap. How Germans given up on that one. Well, alright, I'll explain more later. That was quick. Very good, Soviets. Very good indeed. Alright, well, this time we've got a few riflemen now. I've found the rifle squad. It'll be good in this game if they sort things by infantry together, or a way to filter. That'll be a good thing in the future to see. I don't see anything here yet, but we have now a T-34-76 rifle squad medic, and apparently my tier 2 and 3 are gone after the first, we're on day 3, so I don't know where some of our research went, if it's based on each battle. We could spend the research points again, but these things are already unlocked for call-out stage 2 and 3, so I don't know exactly where things are for our, tier 2. It's locked. But anyway, doesn't matter. I'm having fun. Let's continue on to the next mission, and let's see how we do. Alright, I'm not seeing any famous locations or whatnot in the game so far, but this one just called Runway will put us onto, obviously, a runway with a bunch of infantry and such, ready to go. We have to attack enemy positions, the same as before, so it looks like it's the same deal each time, at least so far. There could be more to this, so it's hard to judge and say, hey, it's just 2 missions every time, but there could be more things to do, especially when we get later into the war, and there's more positions to capture. Of course, if we put things onto hardcore and up the difficulty, that might be different, but I really want bigger battles earlier on now. A few at the start are good, but at this point I want to really see, 2 or 3 T-34s versus 2 or 3, I don't know, maybe a Tiger tank, or maybe 2 or 3 Panzer IVs, something like that. We'll move our tank forward and keep our infantry defended. A regular infantry squad here, of course, mostly just Mosin and maybe a PPSH. Looks like we got a DP here, and squad lead with the PPSH drum mag, so... Let's go ahead and get everybody up to the first position. I think this would have been better with a mortar. We're in a village, and I kind of regret that, but we can see what the battlefield kind of looks like before we go. We can at least see what the name is, but it would be interesting if there was a way to see the map. Obviously, knowing that there's a big river to cross or something might change your opinion about bringing... well, let's see. Right here, there's just the one train bridge, so if we brought tanks here, it'd be kind of hard to find a crossing versus if we were just fighting in the middle of an isolated farm. Obviously, better to bring, like, mortars and artillery to an urban environment, too. So that way we can basically hit the enemy between the buildings. It's an easy way to do it. Okay. Squad is ready to go. We may take some losses here. These are just kind of more basic troops. So we'll go ahead and push up forward into the enemy's position here. We got a mortar at our hands, too. Okay, well, that changes the battle a bit. Now, we're learning the more we play, and I don't think this will be the final version, the way that we see this game. Alright, T-34 under fire by something. I hear riflemen shooting. See the little light at the back of the T-34? It actually has a little stoplight there. Would you look at that? Pretty cool. Alright, can these guys fire over the top? No, okay. Well, we'll get the mortar and the machine gun in place and see what we can do. It's going to be a little bit of a longer battle, as we got a lot of empty ground to cover with vehicles that are either slow or on that have to be transported by hand. I was going to say unautonomous, but I don't know if that's a word. That doesn't matter. If it is one, if it's not one, I'll make one. All right, we do need to attack too before the enemy wins by holding the position for too long. So we got our armored car here now. Trying to conserve the infantry for as long as possible. These are partisans. So we'll bring them around the flank. MG-34 on the top of that armored vehicle. And we're going to go ahead and try to close in. Oof, okay. Well, we got a medic, need for a medic here. Go ahead and go around that flank and see if we can guard that guy. Okay, where's our medic? See if we can save that guy. Come on now, medics, double time it. Let's go. Stop going back and forth. Just get ready to take out whoever's down there. Trying to save one of our men. There we go. Okay, I can hear the mortar firing. Beautiful. Enemy AI is killing a few of our troops. There we go. Enemy doesn't seem to have anti-tanks, so let's continue to push. And we've got an entire squad back here, too, of partisans. Okay, we can call up the 32 squad. I don't know if there's any bonuses for not calling out all these troops. Like, do we get some sort of a bonus for keeping some of these guys in reserve? I guess the best thing is if you call them out and they stay in the rear and aren't needed, then you can actually use them again in the next battle without, you know, having to rearm them or whatever. Oh, that AI. Oh, we got a man down here, too. We're trying to attack from wherever we can. So many infantry on that flag. And our mortar's still firing away. They carry a lot of ammo, by the way. They carry like 50, 60 rounds. Pretty powerful. Nice that you don't have to actually resupply it every time. That would be tedious to carry around an ammo crate all the time. It's for balancing purposes, makes sense. Mortar, very powerful. Very powerful here. Captured armored car, very nice too. Even better than the Soviet ones. Some of the Soviet ones do have cannons on them, but we don't need that. Go ahead and push up there. Then a medic. No. Alright, we'll mix some of the partisans and riflemen together. And we'll bring up our wonderful little black jackets. And we'll continue to move up with the tank. Tank sounds good. This is my first look at a T-34 as well in the game, aside from maybe in a cutscene or two. Actually, first time controlling one, so that really sounds nice. It is important that these vehicles, you know, sound good and feel gritty and heavy and dangerous and loud. It's important. Alright. Soviet Marines are going to be ready to throw grenades over the fence, and we'll be capturing. Very nice. Beautiful. Okay, more explosions. Nice. More reinforcements. Wow, that guy got just destroyed. Mortars cut him off as he was coming in. Bring that armored car up. Now, it's a shame that that can't just drive through like a chicken coop, but I guess there is potential that it could get caught in the wheels. Wow. Great force of enemy counterattack. Great for us because they're easy to kill off and cost the enemy some points. and possibly calling those in. Okay, there's still some enemy troops here. Oh, there he goes. Just south of the flag. There he is. Oh, he's pulling a pin on a grenade. Get away from him. Okay, I think he's done. Alright, next operation then is to cross the river. Best point of action here to do would be... Ooh. Yep. Definitely a Panzer 3 or 4. Could be a Stug even. The Stugi Hauser. The Stug, a very, very powerful unit. Especially even if it's the 3G, but I think what we're probably going to face here is more than likely a Panzer, probably a Panzer 4. Alright, we'll move up the autocannon to try to defend the village so we can get the troops up there to find out who's coming at us all the time. Man, these AI are just throwing convict after convict at us. Upper right corner, you can see that they're throwing in all these convicted felons, basically. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and attack and move forward. I don't know if these troops were counterattacking or if they were just reinforcements standing by and then ordered to try to recapture the position. Regardless, we're going to keep the Marines with the tank then. And we'll keep the little autocannon on defense. Ooh. Oh, we got a Panzer II here. Get to cover, boys. Let the tank take care of this. Goodbye. What? Did that go under the tank? Literally aimed right in the middle of it. Well, that's embarrassing. Or weird. Or it's Panzer I. My mistake. Lol. What the hell was that all about? Don't shoot the tank, damn it. There we go. Alright, we got him. Well, so much for me saying a Panzer IV. Well, there could still be a vehicle there. Let's just be patient. Oh, whoa, whoa, AI. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No need to do this. Forward and to the road. There we go. Alright, we'll keep the infantry on the tank. We'll keep the autocannon in the woods. We'll fire on anything that moves in that second village. And we'll let all the troops stay in the back. What the hell is that noise? I don't know what the hell that noise was. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to listen for engine sounds or anything that could be footsteps or just anything to try to identify what could be coming our way. Alright, we're mixing all of our troops around now. Probably a good thing. Keep some of the partisans and riflemen together. Good, large attack force here. Oh, what have we lost? Like 6 or 7 men, maybe? Or less? Germans, much more with their sporadic attacks. Alright, we need to move in and capture the second flag ASAP. So the attacker really has to attack, otherwise they will lose the battle. So if you have to be quick, sometimes you can make mistakes and you don't have as much time in the world to take a position, which is good for the defender because they can rely on the enemy and being somewhat panicked when they attack or quick. But you kind of have one shot at this. Arms are spaghetti. Vomit on his sweater already. Knees weak. Arms are heavy. We can capture this Panzer I. I don't know if it'd be even worth our time. Let's get a Marine on it. I'd like to know in this game, do engineers repair vehicles faster than, like, riflemen, for example? Can we get an engineer to repair a vehicle and do it faster than a regular rifleman? That'd be a good quality for the rifleman to be a good all-around task manager, but basically to let the enemy AI, you know, repair their vehicles with specialists if they got them, and be a little faster at the attack. Alright, we're going to push into the position now. Ah, there we go. Let's see if anything's going on here. Waiting for that infantry to come up. Oh, they stopped. I was waiting for them to come up the road here. Oh. This is a GG. The enemy was defending with one Panzer I, and that's it? Hit the building. There we go. Now the reason we do that is so the blast is next to the enemy but not in the ground, which is harder to hit at a precise angle. Alright, MP40s are firing off. Be really cool if we could actually get somebody to stand on the tank and like fire a machine gun off from the tank. Let's get this guy to cover. Alright, let's push into the flag. We are capturing, or we will be. We are in where we need to be. Okay, we're capturing. Oh. Oh, nice. Grenades going out. Yeah, this is what's beautiful about this AI, is that they'll do a lot of the tasks themselves. Auto-healing faster than the other troops. They'll throw grenades more effectively than other troops. They're more spendy, but if you babysit, you can do this quite good. It'd be interesting to do like a... I wonder if there's a co-op dynamic campaign. Have one of your friends manage the infantry and you manage the vehicles. Or weapons, like for example the T-34. And he handles the infantry, etc. Okay, well, we've got the position. These areas are always just crawling with German troops. I can't believe it. There's just so many little reinforcements and stuff. You're bound to just not be killed by an enemy kind of attacking you. It's like they wander out in front of your defenses when you're just kind of like showing up and you're like, oh, there's the enemy, and you just open fire. Meanwhile, here it's mostly just throw grenades behind anything that looks like it was man-made, or at least not natural to this area. You know, obviously the enemy might not be here, but you could bet they're going to be behind these sandbags. And these seem to auto-spawn too, so it seems like no matter who's defending, there's these defenses here. But I would say keep these for the, your last defense, and try to defend outside the village, dig those defenses. If I were the AI, that's what I would have done. Well, I don't hear any tanks. I don't hear any more reinforcements. We're defending the second flag with no real problems. The first flag we captured, that is. The second flag doing fine too. Hopefully we don't capture this too quickly so we can capture that Panzer I. It'd be kind of cool if we could sell off these vehicles and not use them in the campaign if we didn't want them and got some sort of points back. This would be great for, trade this for infantry or something like that. I guess it's not bartering, but the fact that we can capture it and reuse it is really cool. I do like that idea. Why, this vehicle's almost ready. Oh, hopefully we captured that one. We'll see. Well, there we go. A first look at the Soviet dynamic campaign for the upcoming Call to Arms Gates of Hell Ostfront release. Looking forward to what I see here. Looking forward to any sort of strangeness or bugs being ironed out. Again, don't judge this on just it's a first, kind of first look at what is to be coming soon. Literally, some of these missions are called like Mission Multi, whatnot, using multiplayer maps in this as well, using some assets over again, which is great. It'll give you practice on some of those. I like it. All right, well, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you all soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.